Good afternoon. This is Ron from Rich Dreams. You don't have to worry about things that you can't control. Let's talk about reclaiming our power by focusing inward and not letting outside circumstances control our emotions or our actions. We cannot worry about things that we have no control over. We have to be a master of our emotions, or our emotions will be a master over us. Today, we will focus on what we can control. But first, we have to understand control. The main three things that we have control over is our thoughts, our actions, and our reactions. Some things that we do not have control over is other people's opinions and past events. When we worry about things that we can't control, it can be very emotionally draining and stressful. And stress can be dangerous. I'm talking about mental stress. Mental stress can easily translate into physical stress, causing serious health issues. I know people who can't get past go due to stress. I used to let stress control me, but I have been studying for a while now. It's not really much that can stress me out nowadays. Sometimes in our life, we have to just let go of the things that we can't change. Check it out.
What's up, guys? Isaac here, and I want to make this video real quick in response to a comment that one of my subscribers made. And this subscriber said that he understands that we shouldn't worry about things that are out of our control. We shouldn't worry about it. He understands that from a logical perspective, but he wants more practical ways of dealing with it. And this is important because many people fail to understand that understanding something from a logical perspective is only one element of complete understanding. It's only a fraction to a bigger element is the emotional aspect of understanding. For example, everyone logically understands that smoking is bad for you, and yet there's millions, possibly billions of people that smoke. Everyone understands that eating junk food is bad for you, and yet everyone eats junk food. Everyone understands that kale shakes are really good for you, but how many people have kale shakes? Logical understanding is only a small element. The emotional aspect is more important. So in regards to worrying about things that you can't control, you're dealing with an elusive enemy, my friend. You're dealing with thought. And the reason I say thought is elusive is because thought is not completely conscious. You always hear the example of, if I tell you, think about a pink elephant. What do you think of? Think of a pink elephant. Now, was that conscious? Probably not. You probably didn't do it consciously. It just happens. So when you're dealing with thought, you have to understand that you're not going to completely get rid of the worry. You're not going to completely get rid of the worrying thought. However, there is some good news. You can't diminish its strength to the point of it being irrelevant. Imagine a fly as being the thought. You can get to the point where the fly is so minuscule and so small that you don't even bother hidden away. You don't even notice it. It's there, but it doesn't mess with what you're doing. So that's what you do with thoughts and worrying. And the way you deal with this is you have to cultivate a greater level of mindfulness, of awareness. So let me give you an example to really paint a picture here. Let's say that you're insecure about your height. Let's say you're someone who's maybe 5'5", and your height's a big insecurity of yours for the past few years, ever since you've been an adult. Let's say you're going out with the boys. Some of your friends are 6 feet, 6'4", and you're going out to the club to talk to some chicks, right? And let's say you see one that you want to talk to, but she's taller than you, and now the insecurities start hitting it. You start worrying about something you can't control. For this particular example, your height. So how do you deal with this? Well, as I said before, you need to go into your body. You need to become more mindful. So you can start feeling your hands, start feeling your legs, the sensation of your feet to the ground. You can start looking around the room, noticing all the small details of the room, focusing on your breath, focusing on your heartbeat, focusing on anything else besides the thought. Because whatever you focus on, that's where your energy is going to go. And we all know the first law of thermodynamics, don't we? Well, I do. I've got a freaking thermodynamics textbook over here. The conservation of energy. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. You can only transfer it. So transfer the energy from being stuck in your head to going into your body. and you diminish the strength of the thought. I know it sounds very esoteric, sounds very wishy-washy hippie, but this is the practical ways of dealing with it. This is how I've dealt with it, because I too have worried about things I can't control. I remember when I was younger, I used to worry. I used to always have a thought. Whenever my parents left me, whenever my parents went to the shops, I was, I don't know why, but I always had a thought that, oh, what if they die today? Today's the day they're gonna die. Which of course is a terrible thought to have when you're a kid. But as I start growing up, whenever this thought popped up in my head, I started using these methods of focusing on something else. Whether it be the video games I'm playing, whether it be my breath, my walking, putting energy into something else, and the thought strength diminished. It was still there, but it diminished. And if you do this frequently enough, your brain starts to disregard the thought altogether. You just be like, oh, that thought again, or that insecurity again. Forget about it. Don't worry about being 5 foot. And this isn't only applicable to, of course, height. This is for anything that you might be worrying about that you can't control. Maybe at a job interview and you're not sure if you did well or if you totally blew it and you have to wait 3 weeks for the results or something. And so your brain always going off. Oh, did you do well? Did you pass? Did you do shit? Something you can't control. It's already been done. You can go into your body, focus on your breath, focus on your senses you've been given, and trust me, the worrying will go away, will diminish. So that's a practical way of dealing with worry, especially worrying about things that you can't control.
When I see people stressed out, I always tell them, you can't worry about what you can't control. And sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. I just know if I can't change nothing, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not wasting my time or my energy. So I hope y'all guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to y'all later. Thank you.